So I got a little bone to pick. It's not with you. It's not. It's actually not even with a person. It's more of a thing. Well, okay, I'll phrase it this way. What the fuck is wrong with video game endings? And please, don't act so surprised when I mention it, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you fucking grind and sell your soul to demons to get that good guy ending, and instead you get a slap on your ass on a fuck you ice cream? Yeah. The game, well, actually, the game series starting all this in my head is Metro. Yeah, I know. Not exactly the pinnacle of art, but still it holds its ground in my opinion. I've been playing these games recently, and hear this, right? I got the bad ending in all 3 games. What the fuck? And you might be tempted to say, well, Daniel, maybe you just, you're just a piece of shit and you don't deserve happiness and the good ending. And to that, I say, fair enough. So here's the issue, morality. Let me give you an example. Elon Musk. Is he a good person? Nah. Is he a bad person? Nah. Is he an okay person? Meh. The point I'm trying to make here is that morality is fucking complicated. The idea here is moral relativism, obviously. If you want the scientific explanation, it's a fucking scale. See, there's no absolute good or bad, you're just somewhere in there. And when a game or any kind of content for that matter tries to replicate this, it usually falls flat on its ass, landing on a pile of shit because it's not all that easy. Oh, you make a good choice, hooray little angel you. Oh, you make a poopsie choice, then whoopsie poopsie doopsie loopsie, you're a piece of French garbage. Now you fucking piece of shit motherfucker. But that doesn't, nor shouldn't, put a label on you by any means. And if a game is trying to emulate real life, then we've got way more than just 2 endings. And in the case of the last Metro game, Exodus, there are a number of things you can do to get the good ending, and that's exactly the problem. You can kill less people, which I did, free the slaves, which I did, get the teddy bear and a fucking guitar from across the map, and still get the bad ending. Like, what the fuck? Now, I should clarify that by the bad ending, I don't necessarily mean the sad ending. No, I'm actually totally fine with that. I mean, I still love The Last of Us, and that game's f***ing depressing all the way through, and it has 1 ending. When I say the bad ending, I mean the confusing one. The one where you're kind of left wondering and dissatisfied, and even doing some math in your head, maybe. Okay, so I made a good choice here, and then you combine with this one, and then you take the 2 to the power of, and then you divide it, and then you... Giving the player choices, I think, is a great thing. It makes you feel like you're telling the story, but it only works when there's also proper consequences for your action, like a fitting, fucking justifiable ending. When everything's laid out in front of you and you start thinking about every little choice that you made that got you there, like, that's life. That's fucking poetic. Beautiful and shit. It's not always fair, doesn't always make sense, but you can see where you went right or wrong. And that's not even to mention the bad guys win too. Like, duh. Wow, I'm starting to sound like a real f***ing villain here.
I will eat your ass.
The thing is, developers know this perfectly well. And they make a choice. It's a deliberate, conscious choice when they're coming up with the plot. Real life is complicated, so if you're emulating that, then keep all the complexities in there too. And in my not so humble opinion, endings shouldn't be about rewarding or punishing. Like, of course, you should see the consequences of the shitty actions you took, but it should have more of a build-up towards the end, so you see it bit by bit unraveling throughout your playthrough. You kill someone, then you realize later on that it could have helped you, and that leads to more shitty things, yada yada yada. That sort of thing. The thing that really fucking sucks is that in Metro, if you decide to be super altruistic, then it's almost as if you're preventing yourself from having fun. I mean, who the f wants that? Why go to the effort to fucking make the game in the first place? The problem really begins when the game doesn't give you any good alternative ways to play and still have fun. If you choose to play it super altruistically, then it's just nah. It's not worth spending 6, 10, 20, 40 f***ing hours just to get that one final cutscene. There are legitimately a few ways to play Metro, sure, but there's only 1 or 2 ways to have fun, and the game wants you to go against fun for some reason. Like, why? Unless, of course, you're doing challenge runs, in which case... get a life? No, I'm just kidding, I love you. One obvious way to solve this mess is to have a few different endings, each with its own satisfying conclusion. The golden example of which is Detroit Become Monkey. But I mean, I get it, that's f***ing expensive for the studio. But what about Red Dead Redemption 2's honor system? I mean, that's easy enough, right?
I am an American.
Yeah, people criticize it for being a little too ridiculous and kinda dumb sometimes. Red Dead 2 has two endings just like all the Metro games, but it delivers it so much better. I mean, you're never surprised or confused when you get the good or the bad ending. You know exactly the kind of shit you did that got you there. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate the hilarious voice acting in Metro? I mean, holy
Open sesame!
Тюткина Анжела Ивановна?
Вот же тварь!
Сука! Брат!
Брат!
And it's like there in all the games. I mean, seriously, if you haven't played it, I really recommend you do. Especially if you understand a little Russian, like turn on the Russian audio. Like it's funny in all the languages. And no, I'm not attacking the game or anything, just relax your anus. I was just a little disappointed with this whole ending business, because it seems like a lot of games these days have this kind of issue, and I think it's absolutely bullshit. Any hoops, tell me what you think. Actually, you know what? Don't write a comment. Mail it to me. Yeah, mail your opinion to me. Actually, as a matter of fact, you know what? Come to my house and say it to my fucking face. You fuck.